My friend Sarah thought she was heading out for a normal first date. This guy seemed perfect, charming, funny, and adventurous. He picked her up, they went to a cozy diner, and everything seemed to be going great. Over burgers and fries, they were laughing, sharing stories, and she was starting to think, maybe this could turn into something. Then she noticed something odd. He kept glancing nervously out the window, his laughter getting more forced. Sarah texted me, "Why does it feel like I'm in an action movie?" Little did she know she wasn't wrong. That's when he leaned in and whispered, "We have to leave now." As they rushed out of the diner, Sarah barely had time to grab her coat. Her date threw a handful of cash on the table and muttered, "I'll explain in the car." Outside, the streetlights flickered and Sarah spotted a dark SUV idling near the curb, its engine rumbling ominously. In the car, Sarah buckled her seatbelt as her date slammed on the gas. The tires screeched as they sped off, weaving through light evening traffic. "Okay, what's going on?" she demanded, her voice a mix of panic and anger. He hesitated before blurting out, "Someone's following me!" Glancing in the rearview mirror, Sarah saw the SUV pulling into traffic behind them. Her date gripped the steering wheel tightly, muttering something about an old misunderstanding. Sarah's jaw dropped. "This isn't a misunderstanding, this is a car chase!" Sarah's heart was racing as her date took a sudden sharp turn, nearly missing a parked car. "Are we seriously being chased?" she shouted. Her date, trying to keep calm, muttered, "It's fine. I've dealt with worse." Sarah, gripping the door handle, was not convinced. The SUV gained on them as they sped down an empty side street. "Okay, you have to tell me what's going on," Sarah demanded. Her date finally admitted, "I might have borrowed something important from someone very dangerous." Sarah stared at him in disbelief. "Borrowed? Are you kidding me?" As the SUV pulled closer, Sarah's date swerved into an alleyway, narrowly avoiding a crash. "See, under control," he said, grinning like he was in an action movie. Sarah, wide-eyed and gripping her phone, wasn't buying it. "This isn't a movie! You're insane!" she yelled. The car screeched to a stop in an empty parking lot. Sarah bolted out, her hands on her knees, catching her breath. Her date stayed in the driver's seat, casually scrolling on his phone like nothing happened. "See, no big deal," he said with a shrug. Just as Sarah was about to demand answers, the dark SUV slowly rolled into the lot. Sarah froze, her pulse racing again, but instead of danger, a man in a suit stepped out holding a small black case. He handed it to her date, saying, "Next time, let's not make this so dramatic." Sarah glared at her date, her patience officially gone. "This was the first and last date with you." As she walked away toward a rideshare she'd called, he called after her, "Text me when you get home." She didn't look back.